On the screen now, near the podium, is Buddy LaCour. Oh, here we go.
Any other more questions? Yes.
I have a question.
Let me turn to get to Ben. He does.
Yeah, my question, we're strictly talking TIF right now, right? There's got
No,
design,
wait, it's questions of them first.
right, it's just TIF right now.
You questioning him?
Right.
Okay.
My question is, on this one page where you start saying about the land swap, on item number,
This
item
is
C,
Ben Tallutto.
it says, in lieu of direct payment for the value of the vacated lands, the city shall give the developer credit against city impact fees and other fees customarily charged by the city to a developer. That's just one. Then you got down a little lower down, it says the city and developer shall equally share all increases in tax increment revenue for the developer's parcel of the POTC, what the hell ever that is, Community Redevelopment Agency, over the life of the CRA.
Only our project, not the whole district, only what our project is. The outside of our project, the city has 100%, or as we've said before, if the policy is to give it to another developer who comes in another deal, that's your decision. We don't participate outside of our own site.
So the point I get at here is to the life of the CRA.
Until it,
What is the life of that CRA?
2036,
2036, when it would expire.
December 31st, 2036.
All right, and my last question would be, that funeral home cost us $750,000?
800.
It's even more, it's $800,000?
Yes.
And the piece of property we're getting on the riverfront is worth what? Anybody got established
20,000,
figures?
something like,
isn't it about 20,000?
yeah, we've got the appraisals, we released the appraisals, not on the funeral home, because the CRA board has to make that decision, but for the parcels that Buddy has proposed east of Halifax, as well as the value of Halifax, were released a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I believe. So I don't remember what those values were, but
I think the whole values for everything was around 40.
could be.
$40,000?
Yes.
We also have done an appraisal, and we didn't split it out that way, but our values, and it was about 18 months ago, we're at $15 a foot. And I think all of us took a proportional hit, as Mr. Cooksey pointed out. It all moved down 60 to 70%. That's timing. There's a lot of things I've tried to do something about. I could not do anything about the recession.
Okay, the last question, Alan, is we got this 20 million figure that you've
Projected.
projected, whatever. Okay, and the question I have, I guess, of that 20 million, you're looking for a approximately $10 million TIF.
That's how it projects out. Yes.
And these are all guesstimates, I guess.
And that's out. Remember that the TIF has not even begun to generate until almost 2 years after the CO, because it's taxed at its pre-construction rate, then you get a tax bill, and it goes on the next year, so it's delayed by 2 years. We get no money in the early going at all, and we fund everything up front.
All I'm trying to guesstimate is you got a $20 million figure, and of which guesstimating is TIF, and we're talking about splitting it if the 20 million is right, 10 million, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And all I'm saying is, how accurate is the 20 million? How inflated or deflated is that 20 million? Because I'm going to give you 10 million undeflated.
No, it goes through time the same. If you look at the present value of it, if you had $3 million today and you put it in the bank at 5%, in that 22 years, it would not be worth $10 million. The present value of that number out in the future is probably somewhere around $2.5 million today. Cash.
Okay, that,
Bob?
Yeah, I had a question of the city attorney.
That's Councilman Bob Ford in the blue shirt.
Yes, sir.
Who owns the Halifax right-of-way?
The right-of-way has several interests held. Primary interest is City of Port Orange. The developer does have some interest in that right-of-way as well. It's not the full value of the right-of-way, but there is some value there.
There is value, okay, but who controls the right-of-way in terms of decision-making for how we
Currently.
use it?
Currently, that right-of-way is open and accessible to the public and the adjoining property owners and is controlled by the City of Port Orange.
Okay.
we're talking Halifax Drive
Yes, sir.
Road.
The road area, it's a 40-foot right-of-way in some areas, a 50-foot right-of-way in other areas.
Well, Margaret, as you know, with right-of-way law, different right-of-ways have different ownerships.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that deeded to the city, basically?
The right-of-way is predominantly prescriptive.
What does that?
That means over time, the public has utilized that right-of-way repetitively, continuously for public access to the properties adjoining as well as to the river shore.
Okay, so it's public ownership, basically.
There are multiple interests based on time.
Okay.
Any other questions of the developer? And it's back to us for discussion. Let me just start in the middle. Well, go ahead. I think the bottom now, well, each of us are going to have something to say about it, but let me be clear.